Welcome back to Anime Recaps. Today I'm going to continue the manga series called Komi Can't Communicate. Watch till the end, let's start. Despite feeling nervous, Komi makes it to the pool on time and wears the dress Tadano chose. Komi only owns a school swimsuit, so Yamai forces her to buy a bikini. Komi later trips and cuts her leg. Unable to enter the water, Komi sits alone. Tadano makes her feel better and pulls her into a shallow pool to keep her bandage dry, then panics when he realizes he held Komi's hand. After ending the day with a water gun fight, everyone heads home. Komi decides to visit the library. Her father, who is also bad at communicating, goes with her and they get shaved ice. Through mostly non-verbal communication, they manage to talk about Komi's school life. Komi finds a book but is too scared to ask to borrow it, so she decides to read it. When her stare scares a baby, she manages to cheer him up. Tadano, who is also at the library, watches happily from nearby and forgets to return his own book. Komi goes to a park and has fun while she is alone. A passing Tadano is awed by her beauty and again forgets to return his book. Komi and her family visit their relatives. Despite being uneasy at first, Komi and her cousin Akira bond and play together. Komi is later summoned by her grandmother Yuiko to update her on her life. However, when asked if she likes a boy, Komi shakes nervously, which alerts her grandmother, who immediately discovers Tadano's name on her phone. Komi and Tadano are invited by Najimi to a summer festival. Komi gets anxious, as she has forgotten to bring something to write on, prompting Tadano to say that he will help her. She wants to say something to Tadano, but is unable to. They visit some of the various stands and games, in which Komi beats Yadano in a shooting game, and wins a video game console in another game. Komi later manages to verbally compliment Tadano's look, which she had meant to since they arrived. While waiting for their friends, Komi writes with a stick that she really enjoyed her time alone with Tadano, only to quickly erase it before he can see it. Komi, Najimi, and Yamai visit Tadano's home, where they meet Tadano's sister, Hitomi. There, they reminisce about how much fun they had during the summer, which is coming to an end. They notice Komi crying as she explains she actually does not want the summer to end for the first time. The semester after summer vacation begins. Anaka no Koko is distressed because she is from the countryside. After overhearing that Komi is going to buy Najimi a sandwich, she follows her to learn how to order food like a city girl. Nakanaka invites Komi to hang out at her house. Nervous at having Komi at her house by herself, she invites Najimi, who brings along Tadano. They play a video game, and Tadano manages to teach Komi how to play. On their day off, Najimi asks Komi and Tadano to help distribute paper tissues in a retail store. Despite a difficult start, Komi becomes more confident when she finally manages to give a tissue to a woman, and distributes the whole box by the end of the day. Tadano shows up in class with a seed stuck on his face, but Komi is too nervous to tell him. After realizing that he calls Najimi by their first name, she asks him to call her by her first name too. Tadano is unable to do so. When told by Najimi to also call Tadano by his first name to set the example, Komi, embarrassed, fails at doing so as well. The school holds its annual school festival. Komi meets Netsuno Chika, a highly competitive and smug student from a higher course. Komi gets scared to shake her hand, so Netsuno sets herself to beat her. Komi takes part in the relay race against Netsuno. She slips and falls, but gets the courage from her friends, enabling her to continue running and finish in second place. Oblivious to the result of the race, her friends race to her aid, proud at her effort. Komi experiences jealousy for the first time, as fellow classmate One Mine Nene is getting close to Tadano. One Mine helps Tadano with his excessive class president duties, to which Komi also offers her help, but One Mine dismisses her, and so does Tadano. One evening, One Mine is helping Tadano, before Komi arrives, offering her help once again, which Tadano accepts. Sensing Komi's affection towards Tadano, she leaves the two of them, embarrassed. One Mine later befriends Komi, apologizing to her for interfering with her relationship with Tadano. Komi goes to a mall photo booth with her friends, much to her delight. In an arcade, Tadano sees a cat keychain in a claw game, and wins it for Komi. He wants to give it to her the next day at school, but she got him one too, so they exchange their gifts. Komi arrives home from school, where she holds onto Tadano's keychain tightly. Komi's class is undecided about what they want to do for the upcoming culture festival. Komi quietly confides to Tadano that she would like to do a maid cafe. The whole class hears this and immediately agrees. Onmine and Atori Kaide, another girl from Komi's class, are entrusted with getting the materials for the festival. Atori asks Komi to help them, which she agrees. Afterwards, Komi reveals to Atori that she had always felt useless to her classmates back in middle school, and felt really happy when she asked her for help. Komi, Najimi, and Tadano distribute flyers for the festival. Komi nervously hands them to people they have met, including the mother of the baby she befriended at the library. The girls, including Komi and Najimi, surprise the boys with onigiri. When Komi realizes Tadano picked the one she made, she is elated, which Onmine notices. Komi, Najimi, and Tadano dress as maids during the festival. While the boys feel uncomfortable around Tadano, Komi responds positively to his new look, as she thinks he looks adorable. Tadano is later made fun of by Hitomi, who takes a picture of him to show to their mother. At the festival, Najimi decides to use shady tactics in order to attract more customers. However, they are caught and forced to provide refunds. Komi, Tadano, and Najimi later visit a haunted house and the school's public declarations before Najimi is dragged away by the meditation club. Komi and Tadano then hang out with Onmine and Atori. In the gymnasium, Komi's class is announced as the winners of the festival. However, thanks to Najimi's actions, they are not awarded the grand prize. Komi, Tadano, and Najimi then dance together. After the festival, Komi's class head to a karaoke bar. There, Komi receives praise for her singing even though she was too nervous to actually do so. When it is Tadano's turn, he is ignored by almost everyone except Komi, which gives him the motivation needed to finish. Later at her house, Komi cherishes the friends she has made. And that's it guys, this is the story of Season 1. On your demand we will continue this manga. Thanks for watching till end, see you next time.